What's up, guys? Welcome to our Whiskey and Nerd Shit podcast. Today's episode, we get to go over some new Disney Plus movies, Raya and Cruella, which was awesome. And then we dove deep into what makes for the perfect daily sipper. And yes, guys, we finally made it to YouTube. So check us out on YouTube, Whiskey and Nerd Shit. Also check us out on TikTok, where we're now doing Whiskey and Nerd Shit shorts, bourbon whiskey ranking reviews. You guys are all so awesome. Thank you guys for listening, and now thank you guys for watching. And as always, guys, drink whiskey, Hail Hydra.
Whiskey and Nerd Shit podcast.
Alright, now you can say whatever the fuck you want to say.
Dude, I didn't even get to clap. I was gonna snap or say the word. So anyway, I'm in Vegas.
Okay.
Vegas is expensive.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I want to drink, so I just go down to the liquor store that's in the Flamingo.
Okay.
By the way,
Can be dangerous.
don't go there.
The Flamingo or the liquor store in the Flamingo?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Gotcha.
Flamingo's fine. It was cheap. Vegas smells like weed.
Yeah.
There's no way around it. But I just wanted a bottle to drink across those roughly 4 days. I didn't want something expensive in case I didn't finish it.
Right.
I bought that exact Knob Creek 9-year small batch.
Yeah. I remember you sending me a picture of that. You were up there watching the Bellagio fountains, having a sip of some Knob Creek 9-year.
Yeah, it was a rough time to be alive.
It sounds like it, yeah.
But drinking it, and we love the 12-year, which we'll get to in a minute.
Yep.
This was like a $50, $60 bottle in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
This is a $30 bottle here in normal people land.
Sounds about right.
It was fantastic. The nose.
I've never had the 9-year.
Yeah?
I had the 12-year. I've got a 9-year single barrel cask strength that's a little rough to sit through. Which Knob Creek is always, it's a huge hit or a huge miss.
Yes.
There's not a, oh, that's pretty good. It's either this is delicious or, whew, we're going to mix this with something.
Which they also have the cheap maple smoked that
Yeah,
I've seen around.
I've had that before.
Have you?
Yeah, it tastes like maple syrup.
Does it really?
Yeah.
I
Like
want to
straight
try
maple
it.
syrup.
I just don't know if I want to actually buy it.
Yeah,
'Cause I'll
it's
probably
a long bottle to get through, I would imagine. Because I'm not really into sweets. And it's a very sweet bourbon. Unless you do like as a nightcap, maybe?
How do you think that would be in an old fashioned?
Probably
Or a
delicious.
Manhattan? Because Manhattans are drier, not as sweet. But if you have a sweeter whiskey to be the base,
It'd probably be delicious.
I'm not a huge vermouth fan, but cut that shit down to like
Yeah.
a quarter ounce.
Yeah. I mean, I'd drink it. Because a lot of people also substitute the simple syrup with maple syrup.
Anyway, so
Yeah. And so you just can get that mapley kind of flavor with it. And it was very thick and like, it was like molasses when it hit your tongue.
really,
Doing that
yeah.
kind of when you drank it. Yeah.
Ah.
So it was good. It just tastes like maple syrup. So.
I don't know if that makes me want to try it more or less. And I don't know if that makes me want to put it in a glass and put the glass in my smoker while I'm smoking something and then pull it out real fast.
Yeah. Or use it as like a baste.
Son of a bitch.
Maple bourbon basted
Ribs or,
ribs or
anything. Shit, now I gotta go buy
pick
a
up
bottle.
a bottle on your way home.
Yep, son of a bitch. Nose on this, nuttiness,
Yeah, get that.
vanilla,
Yeah.
light oak, dab of caramel, a little bit of char, kind of like marshmallows.
I don't get the caramel.
Caramel's light, like it's
Yeah.
way back there. I get the char and
Well,
marshmallow.
they do
though.
say it is a dab, so.
Yeah, I get the char and marshmallow though. And taste. Damn it, that's a solid $30 bottle. I get more of the vanilla and caramel on the palate.
That's a really solid $30 bottle.
Right?
That's really good.
I was on the top floor of the Flamingo in the middle of the day watching Vegas traffic and the Bellagio fountains go off, drinking this, completely blown away that A normal 9-year small batch Knob Creek was this damn good.
Yeah.
Like the 12-year came out and was on shelves, which apparently is now on freaking lottery and points programs because it became so popular and limited release.
So how old is their regular small batch? Is it a 4-year?
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
2 or 4.
Closer to 2 to 4.
Yeah. Like we're also going to do the Promethean here in a second. That's 30 month.
Yeah.
So just under 3 years. And I'll hit the notes on the finish. Aged oak, vanilla, and leather with some black pepper and rye spice.
I don't really get the leather. I do get the black pepper.
I got the black pepper. Not really a lot on the rye spice.
No.
I got vanilla. There's vanilla throughout this whole thing.
Yeah. This is surprisingly really good.
Right?
For being Knob Creek. Because I'm not usually a huge Knob Creek fan.
I'm not either.
Just because it's part of the Jim Beam family. I was like, anything that kind of comes from that general vicinity.
I have the same problem with anything wild turkey.
Yeah.
But wild turkey...
Yours stems back a ways.
The time I was 13 or 14 years old and tried
Wild Turkey
101 as my first hard liquor. And I was like, oh my God, this is an ashtray.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
So
See, I really like Wild Turkey. But anything from the Beam family, the Baker 7.5, I really liked it in the beginning. And it's slowly just kind of...
losing.
Yeah.
Which, to your point, that Wild Turkey Rare Breed was really fucking good.
Yeah, it was.
And I did not like the Long Branch, the Matthew McConaughey one.
Yeah, wasn't crazy about it either.
I didn't like it. Those last 2 glasses I had of it,
Fucking amazing.
they were so good. I was like, wow, I really like this now. I'm disappointed, but it's
Do you
gone.
think it was being the very bottom of the barrel? Do you think it was oxygen hitting it or palate evolution?
A combination of everything.
A combination of all of them?
Because my issues, it's not like, oh, you got through the neck pour. It's, you drank that bottle all the way down, and then you left that mostly empty bottle for like months.
Mm-hmm.
So that will adjust the... And if you wait too long, it'll ruin your whiskey.
Oh, God, yeah.
I have a number 9 small batch I'm probably going to have to pour out.
I had to do the same thing with the Buffalo Trace. I got a big 1 3/4 liter bottle. And I think the cork had also gone bad in it, too. Just because I tried it one day. It was like the smoothest, creamiest, kind of buttery. And then I tried it like a week or 2 later, and it was just spice. I was like, oh, shit.
Weird.
Yeah.
I wonder what makes that shift.
I don't know.
But this is fantastic.
Yeah. Huge fan of this.
Oh, actually, I'm going to jump ahead. I'm going to do a side-by-side with the 12.
Okay. I actually got that 12 on Thursday. Today's Saturday. So I busted it open last night, and the first sip of it, it was as good as I remember it being.
I ordered a 12 when I went to a restaurant last Friday.
Yeah.
I got a Manhattan, tried that for the first time. Again, not a huge fan of vermouth, but I like the dryness better than the sweetness of an old fashioned. So Manhattan, cool. I might play with those when I go places. But when I actually got my food, and they asked if I wanted another drink. I could see they had an unopened bottle of 12 over there. Had to get it. Does the 12 smell fruitier to you?
A little bit.
Like, this is vanilla and oak and creaminess, and this seems... fucking delicious. There's more of a leather tobacco on this one.
There is. You get bourbon, and that is... Again, it's 3 years older, so it's more aged. So you pulled more of that char out, which means you got more of the leather, the tobacco.
I get more pepper, more black pepper on this one, on the end of this one.
I'm almost leaning towards the 9.
Right?
Because
it checks different boxes for us.
Yeah, we're more of the caramel vanilla.
Yeah.
And that is, while still amazing, it's one of the better oaky, leathery, tobacco-y whiskeys. But the 9 is our caramel, vanilla, just creamy, fill up your mouth kind of whiskeys.
I want to do a side-by-side because I really like this, but I think I'm leaning the 9. It's got a...
I like them for different reasons.
Yes, this one has a fuller, warm dessert to it, and this one has... a little bit more fruitiness, not a lot, but a more fruity note to it. And again, more of a tobacco, a little bit more leather on this than this, a little bit more of the oak tannin, not a ton. I mean, it's 3 years. It's going to get more. It's not like going from 8 to 15 or anything like that.
Yeah.
But
I like the 9 if I'm sitting, hanging out, drinking with my buddies.
Mm-hmm.
I like the 12 if I'm having a nice steak. I think that's the difference. I like them both. I'll drink them both all day long.
But yeah, I couldn't stop selling the 9 to you.
Yeah.
So I'm glad it held up and it wasn't just...
You get back here like, oh, this tastes like shit, dude.
I must have had a contact high while I was in Vegas. Yeah, this is really fucking good.
Yeah, Knob Creek coming out of nowhere and having 2 good-ass bottles. Don't open that Knob Creek. Hell, we could pull that one out and see how it does in the side-by-side. It's a lot of ethanol, and it is just cramming. What's great thing is it's the 9-year.
It's the 9-year. It's a single barrel at cask strength.
It is just cramming leather and tobacco. So I guess the filtration process knocks out so much more of that char.
Maybe.
That you just get the ooey gooey goodness in the middle of the barrel.
Maybe that single barrel just didn't. Look, people want to knock on small batches or blends. If you got a good one and it tastes good, it can beat a single barrel any day.
Yep.
I have a Four Roses single barrel store pick. Oh my God. These are the new unicorns. Are these single barrel store picks? It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yep.
I like it. It's good.
The one thing you're always going to get from that is it's going to be unique. It's not going to taste like any of the other stuff they've ever had. Correct.
And we're going to have my own store pick here soon, some point. It's supposed to be here last week, and the week before that, and this week, and then the week 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be here Friday. So we'll see what happens with that one. But that'll be an interesting struggle to get through. Okay. Let's run through. Not a whole lot happened. We're going to run through some headlines on this one.
Yep.
First headline I have. Have you watched the Reminiscence trailer with Hugh Jackman?
No.
Okay, so I don't fully understand.
Okay.
It has something to do with life, and his time was really bad, and he created a machine to go back into your memories.
Okay.
And he's trying to remember this woman. The woman he's trying to remember was the performer that he met up with in Greatest Showman.
Okay.
So it brings that actress back.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name, but I don't think I ever knew her name, to be perfectly honest. Whatever. But he becomes obsessed. Like, if you keep trying to go back and relive the past, that becomes addicting. You're trying to change what you could have had at the point, and there's a whole thing. It looked really cool.
It's a sequel to the Butterfly Effect?
Sure, why not? Okay. He let out one Wolverine scream in there at one point, and I was like, sold. Sign me up. Whatever gives me that. So, that's a thing. You should watch it.
Okay.
Comes out in August. Next thing. Did you see the Batman logo for Flashpoint?
No.
Were you on the interwebs at all this week?
I've been working so much this week, I haven't gotten on the interwebs.
Oh, I've been making a way for my family. So, they showed the 1989 Bat symbol, the Michael Keaton one.
Yeah.
And every headline was Batman's bloody logo makes an appearance for Flashpoint. There was a little drop of blood on it. It kind of looked... Do you remember the comedian?
Yes.
With the smiley face and then just drip of blood on it?
Blood, yeah.
It was that, but a bat symbol. But we do know Michael Keaton is, in fact, in Flashpoint.
Yeah.
And while we're excited for that, it's the possibilities of where that could lead.
So what is his role in that? Is he playing Old Man Batman?
Yes.
Okay.
I think they're going to go a different route, because Flashpoint comic and cartoon, when he goes into Flashpoint, it's actually Thomas Wayne that's Batman.
Okay.
In the alley that day, Bruce was the one that was shot and killed, instead of Thomas and Martha Wayne.
Okay.
So Thomas goes crazy, and he becomes Batman with guns and killing criminals. Martha Wayne goes crazy, and she becomes the Joker. Spoiler alert.
Huh.
There's an animated Flashpoint animated movie.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Very good. If they could make that whole thing work on live action, it's the equivalent of a Avengers movie, a better Justice League movie. Watch.
Will they make it?
No, they'll fuck it up. I mean, they're making Flashpoint, but it's not going to be to that level. They're going to fuck it up. It's Warner Brothers.
Yep, it's DC. It's DC that's not animated.
It's DC that's not animated.
Yeah.
Bastards. Avengers Campus opened.
I did see that.
Disneyland, California.
It'd be cool.
Paul Rudd was there. Anthony Mackie was there in costume as Falcon America.
Falcon America.
That's about to be a thing.
Yep. Was Paul Rudd in costume as well?
Absolutely not.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's Paul Rudd.
He was just there to be Paul Rudd.
Yeah. So, I unfortunately am going to Florida and not California.
Yep.
So I do not get a giant Thanos gauntlet cup holder.
Not this year.
I cannot stop smelling this thing.
It smells really good.
All right, you got anything else?
The only thing I got was the Cruella movie came out. Okay. I guess about a week ago now.
It came out last week. You watched it last Sunday?
Saturday night.
I watched it Thursday night, so just a couple days ago.
Yep. So it came out on Disney Plus exclusive. So it's the additional $30 to watch it. Mm-hmm. I thought it was fantastic.
I thought it was amazing.
I thought it was great. It was really cool to see a movie that I grew up watching. I was like, oh, look, that's the bad lady. And then to see like her actual backstory of why she hates Dalmatians and this and that and this and that. I was like, okay. Emma Stone did a fantastic job.
If this, not that you would ever fall out of love with Emma Stone, but if this does not make you fall back in love with Emma Stone, you hate the world and happiness. Yeah. Because she was so incredibly charming, endearing, engaging, even though she was fucking crazy, and she acknowledged she was crazy, she played it so perfectly, and she was doing all these fucked up things, but because of what happened, and she was always this little asshole of a person, that's how she got the nickname Cruella from her mother.
Yeah. When she was being cruel to her friends. And
yeah. We can't do this without spoilers, so spoilers coming.
Yes. 3, 2, 1.
So her quote-unquote mother, who was in fact not her mother, the Baroness was her mother, which I started to guess. They acted too similar. Emma Thompson as the Baroness was fantastic.
Yes.
But yeah, I kind of started to guess that. Nothing made sense. It was either the Baroness was her mother or the bald butler was her dad.
Yeah.
I was going with one of those two. But they were awesome. Absolutely awesome. She was amazing. It showed you, and I saw a picture. Boss Logic redid one of the stills from the movie and made her hair red and black and put diamonds on the side.
Made her Harley Quinn.
Just throwing this out there just to see. That's the kind of movie that the Harley Quinn movie should have been instead of being Warner Brothers' version of Deadpool.
Yeah.
I feel like you lost what you could have had.
You could have your own unique individual thing, and you try to be like something else.
Yeah, and it
failed.
It missed. It just flat out missed. Plus, Ewan McGregor being a psychopathic Elton John.
Essentially, yeah.
I mean, yeah. There was a miss in the villain. There was a miss in the story. He just tried to pile a whole bunch of girls in there to team up and fight the bad gay guy.
Yeah.
It didn't really make sense. This, you understood the goal, the entire movie. You understood what she was doing and why, and you got to watch her slowly crack. She realized she liked the power of being crazy and doing all these incredible things. With that said, in a different universe, this movie was made in the late 90s, early 2000s, It was directed by Tim Burton, and it was starring Helena Bonham Carter, because that's all I could think about visually was, what if Tim Burton made this movie?
Yeah. It would have been, honestly, probably would have been pretty similar. It would have been
a little bit more gothic and ridiculous.
Yeah, a little darker.
Yeah.
It would have been Batman Forever, dark, but...
People talk shit. Love Batman Forever.
Yeah.
Maybe she can spit up some black stuff at the end.
Paul Hauser as Horace and his dog Wink.
Nailed it. I loved Wink.
Yes.
I loved his
Wink.
relationship with Wink.
How he played the genius dumb guy. The genius...
Dominoes.
What's up, Dominoes? Just trying to podcast here. Let's go on. We got 8 more seconds.
That's fine.
Gosh, pizza does sound good right now, though.
Fortunately, I have to go home and smoke 2 briskets.
Poor thing. All right, Batman. Yeah, every character in the show worked. Every character had a purpose. Every character's purpose was lived through the entire movie.
Played out. There was nobody... Of course, there's weird, off-the-wall things that in our current culture of you have to find something to be pissed about, people found stuff to be pissed about.
Of course.
There was no character in this movie that didn't make sense and fit.
Correct.
Like, everyone had, like you just said, everyone had their role. Everyone helped the story.
Yeah, everyone had a purpose.
Everyone had a purpose. There was nothing just thrown in there for the sake of throwing it in. No culture appeasement or check boxes. Everything worked and worked so well. And I don't know a damn thing about fashion, but half the shit that Cruella made.
Yeah.
I don't know what creative team put that together. Those looked awesome.
Yeah.
As I wear gray shorts and a blue shirt, I don't know a fucking thing about fashion.
Jeans and a blue shirt.
Yeah, exactly. But great movie. I don't regret spending the $30 to buy it extra.
No, not at all.
Especially because the alternative was either waiting a couple months to see this movie, which I would have done myself a disservice.
Yes.
Or going to the theater where I'm going to spend $28 to $30 anyway.
Yeah.
For all of us to watch it. And you know what I did? I drank my own whiskey on my couch without shoes on watching this movie.
Yeah. And just relaxed.
Worth it to me.
I almost prefer it. Like, I wish going forward, I hope going forward that they'll see that, oh, we can have this as another option. Whether it be, I mean, HBO is just free, but HBO or Disney Plus, and just have it as $30 more.
The problem is it's going to kill the movie theater industry, which is a concern, and why people like AMC and Cinemark have had legal battles with AT&T, Warner Brothers, because they're like, hey,
we're dying over here.
They're dying already. But COVID didn't help. That made it worse.
Oh, yeah.
And now, because of COVID, you guys are like, we got to release all the stuff we made, so bleh.
But you're looking at the same lines of, well, Blockbuster was pissed when Netflix came around. Yeah, it's a better way.
And it killed it.
It's like taxis were pissed when Uber came around. Yeah, because it's a better way. So
everything grows.
I can just, it evolves. So
yes.
If I can just sit at home in the comfort of my own home and watch a brand new movie, or have my friends over to come watch it, cool. Instead of us all having to go to the theater, wait in line, pay for overpriced popcorn,
that's another
pay
thing.
for overpriced candy.
It's easier to have that option of get a group together to watch whatever, because you had like 5 or 6 people come watch Justice League with you.
Yeah.
The Snyder Cut. I went over to Eric's and we watched it together. Trying to organize that at a theater. All right, man, there's a 6 o'clock. There's a 6:45. Oh, no, wait, that's IMAX. I don't want to pay $97 a ticket. And then there's a 7:45. Well, are we going to eat before? Well, I got to wake up tomorrow. What about another theater?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were going to this other theater.
20 minutes away, but it's got the 7 o'clock we all want.
I hate organizing people to do stuff.
Hey, Tom's here. Let's start it.
Exactly. Hey, man, I try this whiskey. Want to pour it?
Better
hit play.
Way. Yes. And that's what we did for the Snyder Cut. We drank like 6 different whiskeys. This 9-hour-long movie.
I ate probably 19 pounds of homemade sushi and drank like 3 whiskeys. So, Cruella was amazing. I followed that up one Disney movie with a second one, Raya and the Last Dragons.
Okay.
came out a while back, was also a premium thing. Didn't buy it at the time. It became free yesterday.
Okay.
So for my daughter's birthday, did all kinds of crap in the middle of the day. She's been asking. She's been dying to see it for whatever reason. Threw that on. Solid movie.
Really?
Very good.
Is it one of those ones that's got like the humor for the kids and the humor for the adults?
Yes. Aquafina.
Yeah.
She plays a dragon in it. I love her to death. I've loved her in Crazy Rich Asians. I loved her in
Ocean's
8.
Whatever it was.
Ocean's 8. The one with all the ladies and Sandra Bullock and everybody. She was fantastic in that. She's got a million other things that she's done.
And she's in a million things coming up.
She's one of those people that understands I need to work my ass off to get this shit.
Yeah.
She was awesome. I'm going to kill this because it's delicious.
Yeah.
Side by side, I prefer the 9. But
see how the 12 grows on you.
It will, because I love the 12.
Yeah.
But yeah, give that. It's just under 2 hours. There's no really obnoxious songs that are going to get stuck in your head because there's no singing.
Perfect.
But it's not like Frozen.
It's all songs.
It's all songs, and they will get stuck in your head.
Yeah.
The cool thing about it, and again, current culture of combating the various Asian issues and hatred out there, this movie, if you're paying attention, so the movie's about a group of what is essentially, it's not said in there, but Asian countries that are all one, and they get separated, and it shows you the different sections of each country, which actually represent like Japan, Singapore, Korea. Thailand, Korea, this whole Southeast Asian like section. And that was really cool to see. Like this one is literally, this section of the city is literally all on water. And this one, you know, a whole bunch of warriors because they're all, it's fucking Thailand. Yeah. When they started fighting and her hands went up, I was like, that's Muay Thai. I get what's happening here. Very, very cool. Great story. Wong is in it. He plays essentially a Mongolian. Okay. Is the type of character he is. All kinds of people. Huge cast. If you get the chance, knock it out. You won't be disappointed.
Okay.
Oh, the 15's good.
Even better, it's the 12.
Oh, yes, 12. Sorry. I said 15.
We still haven't gotten our hands on a 15 yet.
I had a chance to.
Yeah. So did I, actually.
I bought something else.
I bought the St. Cloud instead. Which turned out to be a really good idea.
Yeah, that was not a terrible idea. This one's a little bit drier.
Yeah. And the second sip was a lot better than the side-by-side sip I had.
Agreed. I still think the 9 wins.
Yeah.
On our preferred palate alone.
Yeah.
But this one is so good. Again, more leather and tobacco on this.
Oh, yeah. By far.
But I agree. This with a giant slab of grilled or smoked meat.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of hard to...
be fantastic.
Beat that. The Mayweather-Paul fight is this weekend. Is it today?
Is that tonight?
I think it's tonight.
Today is June 5th.
Let me look it up. Make sure I'm not
Oh, that's another one of my highlights. Is Jake Paul.
Yes, June 6th.
Oh, so it's
Sunday.
It's tomorrow?
Takes place on Sunday, June 6th. Pay-per-view coverage starts at 8 p.m. Eastern.
7 p.m. Central for us because we're in Texas.
They'll be in the ring around 10.
No, I got to work Monday. Not going to happen.
Yeah.
Jake Paul agreed to fight Tyron Woodley.
Yes.
So now he's fighting... Tyron Woodley's in a weird spot in his career. He was just released from the UFC. He's on a string of losses. But just a couple years ago, he was the 170-pound champion of the UFC.
And he was a monster.
Insane. His wrestling, he's predominantly a wrestler. He was actually a teammate of Ben Askren's.
Mm-hmm.
his punching power is crazy. Not the most technically skilled boxer by any stretch of imagination, or kickboxer for that reason, that matter, but he's got crazy knockouts of Robbie Lawler, Nate Marquardt, and a laundry list of people that I'm forgetting. He's had wars with really good strikers like Stephen Thompson. So I like to see that Jake Paul is pushing into more and more
actual names,
real competition. Because look, I can go pick a whole bunch of people that have never fought before off the street and
after
pay
I've been training for 2 years in boxing.
Yeah, and pay him a bunch of money so I can beat him up and look good.
Yeah,
come on. But they actually squared off the other day, and they're videotaping it or whatever the hell.
Did you hear who's trying to pick up Tyron Woodley as a coach?
Who?
Mayweather wants to coach him for his fight because of the Pauls.
Well, because he hates Jake Paul.
Yeah.
He's going to fight Logan. He hates Jake Paul.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So he's like, hey, I'll help you out.
Fucking do that.
Yeah.
I don't know who I need to call.
To make that happen.
Hey, there's some random white guy telling you to do it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because Mayweather probably listens to us.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely do that. But to err on the side of the douchebag, when they faced off and talking shit, getting each other's face, Jake Paul was like, if you beat me, I'll double your purse. But if I beat you, you donate 100% of your purse to charity.
Yeah, to my charity.
To a charity that I get to pick.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about putting your money where your mouth is, and that guy's an asshole, but to make that claim and do something for charity...
He's pretty confident, too.
I hope he gets knocked out. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. Damn it, this is good.
It is really good. It's growing on me. A lot.
But there's... Again, it's the tobacco on the finish. The tobacco and black pepper on the finish. That makes it just a little bit drier and a little bit more bitter.
Yeah.
Compared to the 9.
The creamy smoothness.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, what else you got?
Last thing I got. Next week. UFC 263.
Oh, yeah. Who's headlining that?
So there's 3 good fights on it.
Okay.
Headline... Actually, there's a lot of good fights on it, but people that we actually recognize. Headline is Israel Adesanya.
Okay.
Versus Martin Vettori.
I know the first guy.
Yes. Vettori's not as well known, but he's 17-4-1 as a record. They fought a few years back, and Adesanya won by a split decision.
Okay.
It was very close. Adesanya is coming off of his first pro MMA loss from going up to 205 to fight Blachowicz.
Right.
That fight, the first couple rounds, Adesanya doing his thing, picking and moving. He's just a fantastic striker. About halfway through the third or so, Blachowicz being much, much bigger. Again, Adesanya fights at 185. He weighed in for the light heavyweight fight at 201 and ate a slice of pizza, just to prove a point. Blachowicz weighed in at 205 and probably showed up at fight night at like
240.
Probably between 215 and 220 easy, if not 225.
Yeah.
Because cutting weight to science and is insane.
Yeah.
About halfway through the fight, Blachowicz took him down and held him there and just grind out to the end. My concern is that Adesanya, when he was on the bottom, whether it be in guard or inside control, he showed he lacked like rudimentary basic skills of getting up or creating space. I get it. The guy on top of you is a lot bigger, more aggressive wrestler, and you're getting elbowed in the face. But he was literally just trying to bench press the guy off of him. Which leads me to believe, since Vettori is a good grappler and was able to take Adesanya down, I think Adesanya might lose this by a really boring decision. Or he knocks him out and wins. It's going to be one or the other. Yeah, if it goes to a decision, it's going to be a boring fight that he got just laid and prayed
on the entire time.
Yeah, that's it. Next fight is the 125-pound champion.
Okay.
Figueiredo versus Moreno. They fought in December of 2020. Think Mickey Ward or Turagati for 5 rounds at 125.
Two little guys go in there and just stand in the middle and bang.
It was literally like watching the Tasmanian devil just spin around in the ring or in the cage.
Just very high energy,
They never stopped moving. They never stopped swinging. They never stopped hitting each other. Never stopped going for takedown. It was just, I got tired like 7 minutes into the fight. That'll be interesting. And the last one that I actually care about, Nate Diaz comes back as a welterweight to fight Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards isn't as well known as he should be.
Okay.
He's a good fucking fighter.
Is he an up-and-comer?
No, he's been around a while. 18-3 record.
Okay.
6'2", 170 pounds. He's out of Britain. England. Right. Sorry, England. Yeah, it's the style of that fight. It's just going to be kind of a striking clinic of those two, and with Nate Diaz doing what the Diaz brothers do and talking shit.
Yeah.
I also realized while watching this countdown, there is currently not a single American-born
champion.
UFC champion.
I know there's like 3 or 4 from Africa right now. 3. And they're all like the big guys.
You got Francis Ngannou, who's a heavyweight champion. He just won that in violent fashion.
Yes.
Jesus. And then light heavyweight champion is Blachowicz.
Right.
He is from Poland. 185 is Israel Adesanya. He's from Nigeria. No, not Nigeria. Somewhere in Africa. 170, you got Kamaru Usman. He's from Nigeria.
Yep.
I think he lives in Dallas and he trains in Denver.
Yes.
I'd love to run into that guy. He seems cool as shit.
Right.
He also just came out with Hot Ones.
Oh, really?
Not gonna lie, he kind of struggled a little bit. Was a little disappointed. He got to the bomb, and
it's usually one gets everybody.
Yeah, but he lost it, and we've done it. We've tried. I get it. They changed out the other sauces, but we've tried the bomb.
Yeah.
It tastes like dirt and really hot vinegar.
Yeah.
It's more of a bitter taste than it is super spicy. It sucks. You don't want to eat it.
Yeah.
But this dude is
just
chugging a pitcher of water. Chugging it.
Some people can't handle heat.
But
we can't all be like Shia LaBeouf.
True story. So he's at 170. 155, Charles Oliveira just won. He's from Brazil.
Okay.
145, Alex Volkanovski just won. He's from Australia or New Zealand.
Okay.
135, I don't remember the champion, but I believe he's Brazilian. No, Peter Yan. He's Russian.
Okay.
Little
little bitty guy.
Tiny little Fedor.
Fedor, yeah.
Yeah, / Khabib thing. And then 125 is Figueiredo. So currently,
I do remember at one point back in like the 2008, 2010 reign, there was a time where every champion was from Brazil.
Yeah, they had like 4 out of 5 or 3 out of 5, whatever it was. It was GSP, and then everyone else was Brazilian.
Yeah. So, I guess it's the rest of the world's turn.
There's so much talent out there. Keep an eye on Russia.
Yeah, Russia's the one where everyone's coming from right now.
There's one section in Russia where Khabib and then everybody else all coming out of. And there's nothing out there, so all they do is train. Watch out for Russia. These people are taking over.
It's good life advice across every play.
Just watch out for Russia. That's all. Okay, moving on to the Ironroot Promethean. Straight bourbon. You were way back there on the 12.
I had a really big pour of the 12.
Yeah, you got a little excessive on that one. But yeah, those fights next weekend. It'll be fun to watch.
Cool.
I don't know that we're going to because we'll be eating barbecue. But.
God, it smells so much different than Knob Creek's.
Oh, yeah. Completely different.
God, it smells like pure oak.
Really?
That's what I'm getting.
I don't get a lot of oak. I get a fruit, which... So here's what Ironroot says. Good idea. Armbutt.
All
right. So Promethean, I'm going to read you the Ironroot breakdown. You got something in your glass?
I think it's a dog hair. I was tickling my nose earlier when I went for a sniff. I was like, whoa. I'm really weird on this one. That's what having 4 dogs does. You just get dog hair on everything.
I have 2 dogs and I have dog hair on everything. I have black floors and a white dog. I'm an idiot. So, according to Ironroot, Promethean is the creative rebel in our portfolio.
Okay.
Prometheus stole fire from Olympus and gave it to man. This bourbon is perfect for a rainy day dram or the key ingredient in your Manhattan. I can see how this would be good in a Manhattan.
Because it's already kind of dry?
Yeah. But, I don't know. That was a weird-ass thing to say about this.
Yeah, they were reaching on that one a little bit.
The nose is tobacco and smoked figs. I kind of get the fruitiness of the figs, not really necessarily smoked.
I guess maybe it's tobacco I'm getting instead of oak.
It might be tobacco.
Yeah. I don't get fig. I don't get fruit on the nose. Maybe a very small hint of it, but
okay. This one's psychosomatic, but I kind of get it on the end. Candied prunes drizzled in dark chocolate, which I don't get at all.
No, I don't get any dark chocolate on this.
With a dusting of cayenne powder. I get a tiny bit of the cayenne powder, but it might be completely psychosomatic. I don't get any of the dark chocolate. And there's a dark fruit note on it. Sure, we can call it prunes. I don't fucking know.
Okay, yeah, I see the cayenne. It comes in late.
Yeah.
I don't get any chocolate. I don't get any chocolate at all, let alone dark chocolate.
Yeah, nothing. I get kind of a dark fruit, not a big note. Like, this is surprisingly simple. It's not overbearing. It's good. I like it.
Yep.
I'm also biased because I like literally everything. Yeah. 50%. Nothing special.
Nothing special, but it's definitely not bad. You can definitely... This could be a good everyday sipper.
I could sip on this. I could pour this tomorrow and have no qualms.
What did you end up paying for this one? 40, 30?
The Promethean?
Yes.
It was about 50.
50? It's not bad. So not an everyday sipper.
Yeah.
Because for me, an everyday sipper is anything you can get from 25 to 35. That is solid. So that Knob Creek 9-year, you said that was 30?
That was $35.
Is that an on the shelf all the time? That might even be a new staple.
Yeah. Agreed.
Because that's going to compete with Elijah Craig, Bullet. I think it beats Bullet, but it's going to compete with Elijah Craig for...
I think it beats Elijah Craig.
I think it's pretty close.
I haven't had a side-by-side with Elijah Craig.
I got a bottle right there.
Let's do a quick little splash.
Okay.
Quick little splashy splash.
Hang on. Do you need another glass?
Probably. I'll re-pour the 9s.
Brandy glasses left, so I drank this bottle down like the week I got it, and then got to the point I'm at now, and had to stop because I was like, I'm gonna kill it, because I forgot how good it was.
Okay, so we're going to go and compare what's a good standard everyday cheap bourbon. That's your new 9, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not doing that.
I would just kill enough on Promethean.
Yeah. Okay, so you'll definitely know the 9 on the smell.
Okay.
This music's making this very intense.
It is.
Oh.
When you say which one's better than which one we think Batman would think is better.
Batman likes whichever one is about justice. Okay, so we'll do this kind of, we'll rip off Whiskey Quickie.
Okay. So are we going to say the winner of this is the new
standard
everyday sipper standard?
Because Elijah Craig held that as the number 1, just everyday sipper standard. Cheap bottle that's very, very good.
From the get-go for us, really.
Yeah. So on the nose,
Elijah Craig has more of a nose to me.
see, I disagree. Elijah Craig's coming up flat for me.
See, the Knob Creek's coming up kind of flat for me. It came in a lot more after I sniffed the arm butt. But the Elijah Craig has been way more prominent. And it's also 2 different glasses.
Yeah, it's...
So that could definitely have an effect on the nose. Shouldn't have much of an effect on the taste.
So I'm going for the taste. Knob Creek 9. Vanilla, caramel, tiny bit of black pepper and leather at the end. It's really fucking good. Because these are about the same price. These are both right about $30, $35.
Yeah.
Now, Elijah Craig, regular small batch. It's a lot brighter.
It is.
Damn it, that is good though. It's been a long time since I've had the regular Elijah
It was
Craig.
also hard to do one sip right after the other. Because my tongue was still kind of mesmerized by the Knob Creek. And it was like, oh, we're going to another party.
There's something else happening here.
Elijah's here.
Yeah.
That was really good second sip.
So for me on the nose, Knob Creek is still winning.
I would say it's a draw on the nose, but if I had to pick one, I'd say Elijah Craig still wins my nose.
Okay.
But again, 2 different glasses. You get
2 different
it's gonna be
smells.
a little skewed.
Yeah.
Because this type of glass does give you a lot more
Kind of
scent.
punches
kind of
you
funnels
on
it in.
ethanol a little bit differently.
Because I have those big brandy glasses, I'm guessing they are.
Mm-hmm.
And man, drinking out of those is a different experience than...
We drank the Blood Oath cognac out of those.
We did.
That was delicious.
That was amazing.
It made it even more smooth than it normally is already.
But a lot more...
So much more
nose
flavor.
in with it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that was a good call.
I'm going to do
Man.
Elijah Craig first and do another side by side.
I know that silence is making for good radio, but the back and forth. So, for me, I'm moving on from Elijah Craig
Yeah?
into Knob Creek.
Knob Creek 9 takes it?
Knob Creek 9, small batch. It takes it. The Elijah Craig is fantastic. If you have a cool decanter you need to fill something worthwhile in,
Yeah.
it is not a bad choice. But if these things are within $5 of each other and I got to pick one, I'm going with that Knob Creek 9-year.
It's sad to say, I think you're right. I think
And
Elijah
I forgot.
Craig has been dethroned.
Every Elijah Craig that I have now is like 77% fucking...
You have all the barrel proof bottles.
I have 4 barrel proofs.
Yeah.
And a rye. And do you still have your toasted?
Yeah.
And you
it's
have a
still up
toasted.
there. And
So-
an 18.
Yeah, and the 18. Oh, the 18. So I haven't had the regular small batch standard proof
In a while.
in a while.
It's still more widely found at restaurants. So if I'm going to a steakhouse and I'm like,
If their selection
I need something
sucks,
if I need something I can rely on.
that or
Elijah
anything
Craig.
that says Michter's.
Well, yeah.
Those two. Because Michter's is widely available, but it's usually Michter's rye.
Yep.
And we talked about the last week when we did the Michter's challenge. The last time I was at a steakhouse, got the Michter's rye, and it was so serviceable. It got the job done. Easy, simple, delicious. But if we're talking about a $35 bottle or less to sip on every day, like I'm going
Creek
to
is just so good.
I'm going to buy this bottle for people. Before it was Elijah Craig. Man, I just kind of want to get into bourbon. Here's Elijah Craig. The bottle looks fancier than normal. Here you go.
So if that's 30, how much is the regular Knob Creek? 20?
I don't know. I'm not buying that.
I'm not either. but I'm saying, like, they let it sit in a barrel for another 5+ years, and they only upcharged it by $5.
Man.
It's so close.
That Elijah Craig's really good, but this has darker flavors to it.
Yeah, which is what our palate is slowly starting to kind of evolve into.
More deeper caramels and vanillas.
Which is why it's kind of hard to say Elijah Craig doesn't still hold it for everyone still getting into it.
I would still, as somebody starting to get into bourbon, 100% still do Elijah Craig. It's slightly lower proof than the Knob Creek 9, which is a big thing. You don't want to throw anything 50 or higher at someone who's just starting, because all they're going to get is ethanol. And man,
start with 80.
It burns.
Work up to 90, then 95, and then once you hit 100, you can start playing around.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go straight from 80 to 100, or 80 to 110, 115, you're going to have a bad time.
You're going to have a bad time. Yes, I agree. Knob Creek 9 wins it.
9, yeah, out of nowhere. Good pick. Good bottle to bring over.
All right. So I got the last little bit of Promethean that I'll use for our toast.
Yep.
I got no more headlines. That's all we got.
I don't either.
I will say that we are moving this. Look, if you haven't figured it out already, we're trying to figure out how to podcast. We're going to start moving this whole thing over to YouTube. To video. Blake,
we'll still have the audio options. You'll still be able to listen to us on Apple, Spotify, everywhere else as well. But we're also going to have the option to listen and watch via YouTube.
Which means you'll be able to see us, see the bottles of whiskey, which honestly, if I was you, that's what I would be focusing on.
Yeah.
And we are going to, I don't know if we're going to record it today, but we're going to do the video we did for the 23-in-1. Didn't work. We're not going to be able to upload it. So we're going to go back through it again on a special separate video that we're going to post exclusively to YouTube.
Yes.
And then I'll go ahead and follow us on TikTok. You're doing a fantastic fucking job doing just quick hit reviews. We'll figure out ways to add in more nerd stuff to it.
Yes.
But quick hit reviews on the different whiskeys that Blake has in his selection. I'm awful with this stuff, and I'm never going to be good at social media in any capacity, so I'm probably not going to do any unless I get you over to my house, and we'll do some of mine.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Great
Follow on TikTok.
Fucking work. Yeah.
Whiskey and Nerd Shit. We do Whiskey and Nerd Shit shorts, doing the whiskey reviews, tasting, samplings, and trying to have a little bit of fun with it in the process.
I've enjoyed everything you've done up to this point.
Yep.
You get more creative.
They're fun. They're interesting.
It's not Chariots of Fire. I forgot the name of that actual song.
It's Carmina Burana or something like that.
Carmina Burana.
Yeah, that one.
Yes, because I actually one time, because I'm a fucking dork, downloaded that entire opera just to listen to all the songs. Guess what? That's the only good one.
That's usually how it goes.
No, there's other good stuff in there, but you gotta like opera music to
appreciate it.
Yeah,
it's an acquired taste like whiskey.
I can go deep in a lot of different music.
Yeah,
including opera music, and that is one of my favorite songs in the category. We talk about all the time that it applies to everything, literally everything. Obviously, we made a TikTok video about whiskey with Carmina Burana on it.
Yep. For the
I gotta move this.
St. Cloud. Yep. For the
ding
for the YouTube.
For the YouTubes. Yeah, you're doing solid fucking work. He's putting something out, trying to do every day, if not every other day.
Yep, we've gotten every day so far. So we've gotten 5 videos in a row now. So
also, I like the Glenfiddich you did.
Yep.
Shout out to Whiskey Tribe. They just had a brand ambassador.
Ambassador.
I don't know why I can't say that word. Ambassador from Glenfiddich on there.
Nice.
And he threw down like a $700 bottle of Glenfiddich for him. I was like, that's badass.
Oh, yeah.
But it was cool to hear him talk about it. And he talks about what it's like to be a brand ambassador and how you talk to people about whiskey without being a pretentious douche nozzle.
Yeah.
He's like, you really just... When you're trying to get someone to figure out a nose on a palate, don't give them ideas. Just ask them, what I liked was ask them to think of something basic that they eat or drink that this might remind them of.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's a good idea. Because we've talked about it before, you and I, you have 80 some odd bottles, I have 70 some odd bottles, because I've been killing mine off and buying a lot less.
Yeah.
But we have more than common folk.
By far, yeah.
But way less than whiskey folk.
Yes. We're in the stage 1. On a stage 1 to 5.
Yeah.
We're on a stage 1. We're maybe breaking our way into stage 2.
Yeah, we're kind of in
We're in that 80 to 100.
Yeah, we're in that in between.
Marker.
Financially speaking, I don't know if I'm willing to break into stage 2. Because some of you guys on Instagram have some absolutely gnarly and very impressive stocks.
Yeah. We are by far jealous.
Super jealous. I'm not necessarily going to follow in your footsteps.
Yeah.
I got a million other things going on in my life too. So, but yeah, so we get asked a lot, you know, hey, I need a whiskey, or hey, like Chris came on just a few weeks ago. He'll be on next week. Excited to have him on. Like, I love talking to him, especially about Star Wars.
Yeah.
But we're getting him into whiskey. And I'm definitely that guy that will go on a 20-minute diatribe of, here's all this information about whiskey because I find it interesting. Mm-hmm. This guy is literally just, what tastes good, what doesn't.
Yeah. But that's how you start out. That's
Yeah.
how everything starts out. Is it good or is it not?
Yeah.
And then it's, oh, this is good because caramel vanilla. Or this is good because leather tobacco. Whatever your flavor profile is.
Yeah, like in his case, I like Scotch because it's brighter, it's lighter,
earthier,
fruitier.
Yeah.
It's Scotch flavors. I like that. I don't like the big, harsh boldness of a bourbon.
Yeah.
You and I, man.
Started off with the bourbon.
Started off with bourbon, slowly moving into Scotch. And Scotch is delicious. But 3 weeks ago, when we went Glendronach 15, which is a number 1 on a ton of Scotch lists, and then the newly released limited edition Lagavulin Offerman finished in a Guinness cask. Those were both fantastic. Mm-hmm. But the second we had
bourbon hit our palate,
a sourced,
yeah, like I said,
it wasn't
B-
special.
grade bourbon.
Yeah, it wasn't even special. Oh, Grammarly.
Thanks, Grammarly.
Or just figure the shit out yourself.
That's why we have Google. And we're back.
There's your clap to line it all up.
I'm not editing that out.
Oh, God. I don't remember what we're talking about.
I'm going to edit out neon green joggers, but I'm not going to edit the Grammarly out.
Anyway, I don't remember what we're talking about anymore. But growing in the whiskey like we are, I'm excited to grow into more Scotch because it can give us more stuff to drink.
Me too. Yeah.
It's gotten to the point for me, I don't have any target barrels or target bottles
like
anymore.
the antique collection, essentially.
Yeah,
in which if you do ever find those, we're not going to be able to afford them anyways.
Correct, because unless it's a lottery or a point system, at which point the points are going to be like 5,000.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Liquor King. Or you got to hope on a lottery.
Yeah, or if you do find it in a store not in one of those systems, it's going to be $700 plus.
Yes, I have seen a Stag Junior, or not Stag Junior,
That's George T.
a
Stag.
George T. Stag.
I've seen one for $700.
500 is the cheapest I've seen it.
Yeah, the cheapest I've seen in person's $7.
7.
The most expensive I saw was an Eagle Rare 17 for $1,500. Yeah.
Fuck.
And that was in Florida.
I
think.
Thomas H. Handy.
Yeah.
And the Sazerac are the two I want to try. Weirdly enough, I don't.
Those are the two that we haven't had yet.
Well,
we had the opportunity to have one.
Yes.
But we didn't. We had George T. Stag instead. I've had George T. Stag twice since then also.
Twice since then?
Yeah.
fuck you. Like, I'm sitting that on my, like, highest achievement. You're like, yeah, I had fucking Victor's 20 and fucking Heaven Hill 29 or 27. It was 27, wasn't it? No, fuck you.
Oh, no, it was 27.
It was 27.
Yeah.
I remember things. And you're like, oh, I've had George T. Stagg a couple times because I'm a fucking asshat.
I had it with brunch like 2 weeks ago.
It's a goddamn
phenomenal.
It's a goddamn brunch right there.
Steak and eggs with George T. Stagg.
Jesus.
They're so good.
Why was the pull on that?
It was cheap, actually. 25, I think.
We paid
35.
We paid 35 and
At a steakhouse.
At a steakhouse, and the waiter, obviously I won't say his name. Yeah, God bless that dude. I asked him, hey, over on the right, away from all of your other bourbons, is that a George T. Stagg and Thomas H. Handy? Yes, it is. What's the pour on those? $30 an ounce.
Yeah.
All right, we got to do it.
Yeah.
He comes back and says, sorry, guys, I got a little heavy-handed. This was a 3-ounce fucking pour.
For $30.
And he's like, I'll charge you the $30. The fact that I didn't try and make out with him before he left the table having done that, especially once we had tasted it. Like, I love Stagg Jr. You finished yours, right?
No, it's right there. It's next to the Lux Row.
Oh,
it's still very much full. It's like 80% full. We never drink it.
Fuck, we need to drink that. Like, the Stagg Jr. is so good.
Stagg Jr. is phenomenal, and it's just as rare. But it's cheaper when you find it. It's like $80 when you find it.
Yes.
80 to 100, depending where you're at.
I think I paid $200 for it.
Yeah. Actually, you're right. I think I paid like $150 for mine. But I was out of state when I got mine.
You were in California.
I was in California.
Yours. I think I paid $200 for it, which
for Texas, that's not bad.
At the time, especially because this thing retails at $50.
Yes. And that's the thing. George T. Stagg retails at $110.
Yeah, up to $150.
Yeah.
Which, we'll go with Liquor Kings, where I go, they're selling George T. Stagg for $150. They're selling Eagle Rare 17 for $200 or whatever the hell it is. I don't even know if that one's up there. I know the Sazerac and the Thomas H. Handy are.
Yeah. They're there. You just have to spend thousands of dollars
to be able to buy
points to buy them at that price.
They're all 2,500 to 5,000 points. Actually, the Allen location has a Pappy 23. No shit.
How many points?
10
million points.
Yeah. 1 million points. Yeah. Legitimately, I think it's 10,000. I legitimately think it's 10,000. And they have customers that could buy that if they wanted it.
Yeah. The people that never spend their points.
And I think that would be the one bottle that if I bought, I wouldn't open.
Yeah.
Because I have bottles right now I haven't opened. I have another Doc Swinson 15. Great fucking bottle.
Oh, yeah.
If someone comes over and wants to try it, open it in a heartbeat. Old Fitz 14. Haven't opened it.
You've had that one for a few months.
A while. Haven't opened it. I have the 15. We're about halfway through that one. 15's fantastic. 14, I imagine, is very good. Haven't opened it yet. Okay. Someone comes over. Hey, man, can we do this? If you're someone that I know will appreciate it and not someone's like, well, I like Coke with my whiskey. Not knocking you.
Yeah. But I'm not going to drink this one.
I'm not going to
drink this one.
Yeah, I'm not going to drink the one that's shaped like a decanter that no one can find.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you something that...
You got some Old Tub.
Exactly.
Down here on this shelf.
Right, exactly. I'm going to... Have you ever had... Do you like pennies? I'm going to give
Slipknot does.
Slipknot loves pennies, so I'm going to give you that one.
So let me ask you this. So you said that if you got a Pappy 23, you wouldn't open it.
I don't think I would ever open that one.
Would you not open it because you would want to... Is it an A, B, C? A, resell it.
Okay.
B, just appreciate it for what it is. Or C, there's just no moment big enough to open that.
Okay, so I'm glad you said C. And C I will kind of expand on. We're not getting to the 23 and 1 today. I'm just going to throw that out there. That's going to be a special off thing that me and you do. C, there's no moment too big to open a bottle.
Okay.
The,
Which I agree.
No. That's not my... I don't think that's my answer. I think all three of them are my answer, to be perfectly honest. It's a combination of all of those.
Yeah.
A bottle like that is, by all standards, whether merited or not, because people that have actually had Pappy 23, they all say the same thing. It's good, but I've had single barrels that are just as good, if not better.
Right.
Like, legitimately, for how much I love anything Ironroot, a good Harbinger single barrel, what was the other one I had? I had the Promethean right there, which is I'm holding right now, and it's very good.
Yeah.
And then even the Icarus that's finished in the peated barrels is fantastic. And then the corn whiskey that Hubris came back to it. Those bottles are fantastic.
Right.
So if an overaged, that's the wrong way to say it, a lengthy aged weeded bourbon, because that's what Pappy is. It's weeded.
Right, yeah. It's Old Weller from a different part of the warehouse.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's a similar... We're about to get canceled. So you give me a lengthy aged weeded bourbon or a corn bourbon that's roughly 4 years to 10 years.
Right.
This one's 9. That one's just shy 2.5 years.
Yeah, 2.5. We got a 12.
Yeah.
We have a 4 that we threw in the mix.
That we absolutely love. I mean, those go a long way for me. And if you did a side-by-side of a Pappy 23, and I'm saying this as someone who's never had it.
Right.
But...
okay, so can we all agree the Pappy 23, as far as like what it is, not by flavor, but by reputation, the Pappy 23 is the end all be all.
By reputation, yes.
Because you have the Weller antique, or you have the antique collection, the Eagle Rare 17, the George C. Stagg, the Thomas H. Handy, the Sazerac.
It's losing ground though to Michter's 20 and 25.
Oh God, yeah. But those are also just as unicornious as the 23.
Greatest fucking word on the planet. Yes, and Michter's, because of how they produce, like we just got the barrel strength that they only do every 4 years. They rotate with them distributing an American or distributing a sour mash or whatever. The only thing they regularly produce seems to be the rye.
Yeah.
Even the bourbons come and go.
On a consistent basis, yeah.
Yeah. So the way they produce, Michter's and how good it is. Like, Buffalo Trace is a very good bourbon, but it's basic. And if you ask me, hey man, I got a bottle of Buffalo Trace that isn't as readily available, becoming more so, but isn't as readily available, it's a limit 1.
Yeah.
Or I got a bottle of this Knob Creek 9-year that's on every shelf you walk into. I'm taking that Knob Creek 9-year.
Yeah.
And legitimately, I'm probably taking the Elijah Craig small batch over that Buffalo Trace.
Yeah. Hands down.
I was going to say, would you agree? Would you argue that at all?
No, handedly. So the Buffalo Trace is amazing.
It's very good.
It is becoming more widely available.
It is. It's opening up a bit.
But Elijah Craig has been there this whole time, and it's still better for the same price point. I think anything that comes from Buffalo Trace is the allure of, holy fucking shit, I found it. And that raises the excitement level of,
which is why
when you walk in and you see a Weller special, even though it's not as good as the 12, the
Foolproof,
Antique, any of those, you see it and you're like, I need to get one of those because I don't know the next time I'm going to see one of those.
Correct. Which I've bought Michter's because of that reason.
I have too. That's why I've got an extra one over there. Elijah Craig is always there.
Always.
Knob Creek 9 is always there.
The 12 was
The 12 is not.
The 12 was not. It was a limited release last year. I was like, you know what? I read great reviews right after it came out. I go to Breaking Bourbon. Mm-hmm. They got a list of reviews. Solid. Also, fuck. Some other bourbon website that does reviews.
Yeah, that one.
But both of them had like, hey, this hit. If you can get your hands on a bottle, go buy one now. It is fantastic. Mm-hmm. Breaking Bourbon also did a really great review on the it's still Austin. which is a fantastic beginner bourbon and just easy sipper.
Yeah.
They did a great review on that. It said, hey, if they can do cask strength and age this is going to be amazing one day. Go get this bottle while it's still
at
a craft.
$40 price point.
A thing. I read the 12-year review, and all the notes are like, okay, it's a little bit, at the time, a little bit outside of my note preference, but I want to try this. I had a different single barrel 9-year. It wasn't as hot as the 120. Almost said 160. Jesus.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's not as hot as the 120 that you had, but I hated probably 2/3 of that 9-year single barrel. It was kind of bitter, overly oaky, a lot of tobacco flavor that I didn't like. Yeah. And then at the very end of it, I really enjoyed it because I have the same problem. I drink it all the way down, and then I leave it for months, and then I go try it again. So because of that, at the end of that, I was like, okay, went and got a 12-year. Out of the gate, the 12-year was amazing. I was a freaking evangelist to you and to everybody else I know that likes bourbon. Yeah. Holy crap, you need to try this. It's Knob Creek. It's fancy Jim Beam.
Yeah.
Because it's the Jim Beam family.
Yeah.
Fantastic. We did the side-by-side. I think 9 beats it for me right now.
I agree.
Both are great.
I remember when we finished a 12-year. It was almost a ceremoniously...
It was.
Occasion.
To the point...
To finish the bottle.
So when we're together and we're fucking around watching fights or finishing up a podcast or hanging out on our own whiskey and nerd shit nights, me and you will usually end the night on pick a bottle, which means pick one of our highly allocated...
Higher end shelf...
Expensive $100 or more bottles that we know we won't be able to get again.
Yeah.
And that day, with the Michter's 10-year, I think we had the Toasted at that point, the Blood Oath Pack 6, I know I had the Old Fitz at that point.
Yeah, both of them. You had 2 Old Fitz.
All these crazy options. Man, we should really finish the Knob Creek 12, because it's that fucking good.
Yeah.
Harder to get now because everyone knows it's that fucking good.
Yeah. And then the 9-year coming in here, dethroning it. Well, it's just as good, but really dethroning the everyday sipper, $30 to $35 range.
I think the reason it wins, one, it checks off more of our boxes, and I just killed off the Promethean I had in my hand.
Yeah.
That's fucking good, too.
It is. They're all really fucking good bourbons.
Of the 3, I think because of the price point, it hits our flavor notes. Caramel, vanilla. It has like a brown sugar feel in there.
Got a twist in it.
Yeah.
Really, to me, it goes in the order left to right that you guys are seeing it right now on the day.
Yes, I 100% agree. But because it's $30 and the Knob Creek 12 is like, I think it was like 50 or 60.
I think it was somewhere in there, yeah. I bought so many things when I bought that.
I understand. It becomes a blur.
I got lost, yeah.
But the Knob Creek 12, probably roughly double the price, and now is going to have an availability issue.
Which, again, gives it the allure of a Blanton's. When you see it, I got to buy that.
I love going into a new place, like a small place.
Hey, you guys got Blanton's?
Every time. I just love the look on their face.
Yeah.
There's another really just hole-in-the-wall whiskey place, storefront in Louisville. And I walked in. Hey, man, can we help you find anything? Do you guys have this bottle of Blanton's? And you have to, like, do the upward inflection like they don't know what it is. And they just... No.
We're out.
And I stall for just half a second. It's just... I'm just fucking with you. I'm just seeing what you got.
Yeah.
They don't find that funny like I do.
They don't. It's not going to stop me from doing it every
time
I'm
going to do it every time. And the next time in Total Wine, if one of those guys stops me... I had one guy, the last time I was in Total Wine, stop me 3 times to ask me if I was doing okay. And point out different things. And then I talk to him, and I know I'm not a genius, but I'm not an idiot. I know what we're looking for.
Yeah.
I got it. Finally, on that third one, I almost, to be a dick, asked him, you guys have any Blantons? I didn't. But the next time, It's gonna be a thing.
I'm finding Kevin, and I'm gonna ask him if he's got some Blanton's.
I'm gonna scream it from the registers to the back of the store. Come in! You got Blanton's?
That's awesome.
There's also, I remember back in the day when Angel's Envy wasn't widely available either.
Yep.
That was actually how I got Ironroot the first time. I was at Total Wine looking for Angel's Envy, and that's when Angel's Envy got really popular.
Yeah, it hit a huge spike, and it's kind of slowly starting to
It's
taper off a
leveling
little
off.
bit.
I mean, bourbon across the board had a huge spike at the time.
Yeah.
And I didn't appreciate it at the time, but the guy said, I don't have Angel's Envy, but I have a different bourbon for you. It's not finished in port, which I didn't know what meant. I was like, cool, yeah, liquid.
Yeah, I hate stuff from the port.
Fuck those port guys. He's like, it's not finished in port, but it's local. And he gave me a bottle of, it was actually Promethean.
Okay.
It was their first cut. It was like 2 years old. Their first release. This was 2019. Because Ironroot's only been around like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So it was their early release of a Promethean. And we tried it. We're like, it's okay-ish, kind of rough. Because we liked soft stuff, easy to drink stuff.
Yeah. Angel's Envy, Elijah Craig, Bullet Rye.
Bullet Rye was the one that got me.
Yeah.
So, with that said, Angel's Envy. You guys have listened to us ramble on.
If you're still here.
If you're still fucking here, more than 400 times. Which means we're going to celebrate with an Angel's Envy cast strength.
Cool, I gotta finish this then.
Oh,
That's so good.
so good.
That was a 12 year I had left in mine.
That was a big gulp of 12 here.
It was bigger than it looked.
I never get away with saying that. So, we're going to pour this in our whiskey and nerd shit glasses. If you donate a bottle or hit us up with some good content, reach out and talk. We might even be kind enough to send you one of these glasses and or a shirt. Follow us on the TikToks.
Yes.
Follow us on the Instagrams.
Reach out to us on either the YouTube coming soon.
Watch us on the YouTube.
The YouTube should be up this week.
We've said that 40 times, but
It'll actually happen this week.
It'll happen one day.
We got the technology now. We have
we have the technology. So, with that said, follow us on TikTok. Blake's putting in a lot of work and doing a really fucking good job. I can't fucking blow smoke up your ass enough.
Yeah.
You're kicking ass. It's very cool. I think we're going to do one right after this, maybe?
Yes.
Okay. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe. Do all the things that literally 100 million people are telling you to do because this kind of thing is general practice these days.
Yes.
We're just having a great fucking time doing it.
Yep. All the social medias, Instagram, everything that goes on TikTok also immediately goes on Instagram, right after. Whiskey and Nerd Shit on TikTok, Whiskey and Nerd Shit on Instagram, but the I in shit is a 1 on Instagram.
Whiskey and Nerd Shit on Farmers Only. This smells amazing. This is, by the way, the Angel's Envy cask strength from the year 2015. I'm so excited to drink this. Here's to 400. Here's to another 400 and many, many more. Thank you. Thank you guys.
Yes.
Drink whiskey. Hail Hydra. Oh, fuck me.
Not even running.
Whiskey and Nerd Podcast.